Mm. Now, what can I watch tonight? I know Urban Health Outreach Media Facebook page always got a great lineup. Oh man, they got, oh man, Warriors Quest, Urban Health, with Tamika and Steve. They got my man, oh, what's his name? Uncle Jim. I mean, who just don't love Uncle Jim? They always got stuff. Everything kidneys this, everything kidneys that, transplant, blah, blah, blah. But they always got a great lineup. It is Sunday, and I know two shows come on Sunday. Now I gotta think. Two shows now. Two, counting two shows. Oh, wait a minute. What's that girl name? I know Steve do something at 9 o'clock. All right, 2.0 something, something. But it's this girl. She come on about 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Oh, she's nice. She's funny. She's crazy. She's beautiful. Oh my God, I just love her. She's a teen. Lisa. What? Because this is the Lisa Baxter Show, giving you the 411 in the kidney world. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Boy, y'all must love me and been praying for me. This has been a crazy week, but we're here now and we're here today. I hope everything is going well. I hope everybody's washing their hand. I hope they're staying safe and productive and staying home. And you on the right boat right now, in the right vein right now, because you with Lisa Baxter. And I'm going to introduce my guest for today. Now, you know I've been posting it. Even Steve posted it. Man, even she posted it. How about that? You ain't never lied. Listen to me. I have, that's dark on this side of the room. I have, all right, she's a kidney warrior. She's a substitute teacher, right? She's a public speaker, right? She is a CEO of Remember Me, all right? Her name, I'm going to tell you right now, her name is Melissa Bias. Come on, Melissa. Hey, girl, how you doing?
Hey,
All
from
right, honey.
Florida.
Oh, wow. Well, welcome to New York. How about that?
Yes, in the country of Forest City, Florida.
Wow,
Yes.
wow. 5 minutes ago, it was lighter than that, but it's still
Yes,
looking
it
good out there.
was.
And I
Yes,
know the
it
weather is good,
was.
you said, out there.
Yes, it
Wow.
was. How are
I
you
know it's
doing?
alive and kicking, alive and
Hey,
kicking. You
that's
hear
all I
me?
can say too.
Mm,
Mm,
I'm a
mm,
fighter.
mm.
You're a
Yes,
fighter. I'm a fighter. That's why we warriors, right?
that's right. That's why we
Wow,
warriors.
wow. Well, we definitely gonna kick it off tonight. I was so glad to have you. I'm glad you said yes. I'm glad you was willing to do it. I appreciate you and I appreciate everybody that's tuning in, looking, and because you know I always say sharing is caring,
That's
right?
right.
So share the show and share the wealth and share the knowledge. I ain't mad
Right.
at you.
That's
I'm
right.
telling you. Now we're gonna start out with, let me see. Tell me something about your job, sweetheart. Tell me something about your job.
Well, I got a lot of jobs. I got a lot of jobs. Well, I'm a substitute teacher and I
Mm-hmm.
go around from elementary all the way to senior high school. I be a teacher. I teach kindergarten all the way to 12th grade. That wasn't my first job. I was a social worker in Tampa, Florida. But when I
Wow.
came home to live with my mother, um, there was no jobs in this area for me to be a social worker. I
Mm,
live in a predominantly Caucasian area, and they didn't have enough jobs for me to do my field in. I would have to go to Maryland County, and that's what
mm.
you call Ocala, Florida, and
Oh,
that was
wow.
a little too far for me to drive. So
Wow.
my friend, one of my friends told me, "Won't you become a teacher?" And I said, "A teacher? No." She said, "I said, what about a substitute teacher?" So I went down there and I applied and I got the job. So I've been doing substitute teaching for about 3 years now. I've been here for 3 years in
Hmm.
my hometown where I was born in the country, and
Wow.
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. It's not my ideal job, but I get to counsel with the kids, um, especially with kids got ADD, ADHD, uh,
Hmm.
autism, different type of problems. You know,
Hmm.
kids that got alcoholic families. So I have that feel inside of me also that I went to school for. So I enjoy it. I enjoy it.
Well, that's good you said that because with you being a social worker and you dealing with these type of children and families, that's part of being social work, even though you doing it in a teaching aspect at this time,
Right,
you know?
right, right. So I
Yeah.
enjoy it. I enjoy it. So especially when I don't have to go every day because
Hmm.
I dialysis 3 times a week. And some as I'm getting older, I'm getting, I get tired. So
Yes, of course.
I can't go to school 5 days a week, you know. So about 3 to 4 days a week is enough for me.
Yes.
Especially when I'm trying to work on Remember Me Kidney Organization and also open up a new business, Paparazzi. So that's keeping me pretty busy. Pretty
Mm. I see
busy.
you done answered about 5 questions before I could even get started, but I ain't mad at you. Hey, listen, we driving and cruising together. Okay? Now, wait a
Yes.
minute. How long was you a social worker when you was doing social work?
I was social worker about 50, about my social security say 18 years. So
Wow.
I was a social worker for 18 years.
A lovely job, right? I just made 24 for me this year coming May. And
Yeah,
it's a it can be stressful, but it's rewarding and it's a blessing at the same time.
right.
It's a blessing at
So
the
I
same
did
time.
also telemarketing at night. So I've did a numbers of jobs. You know, I have to
Mm.
raise children by myself. I was a single parent and I had to raise children. So I did a lot of jobs. Believe it or not, I
Well,
did a lot of
sometimes to
jobs.
survive, you have to do that kind of thing. My parents died when I was young, so I had to have a lot of different jobs and stuff like that too. And my inheritance had ran low, so I mean, I was a what a security guard. I worked at a factory. I was a
Right.
waitress. You got to be well rounded when you're trying to survive and live. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I ain't mad
Yes.
at you. That goes to show it. That just goes to show you a good hard worker and you willing to
Yes.
work to save yourself and your family. That's great. Now,
Yeah.
okay, now I guess we can swing into the kidney realm of things. Now,
Okay.
you were on dialysis. What made you go on dialysis? That's where I'm going.
Well, I knew about 12 years old I had high blood pressure. And
At
then when
12?
I went to the doctor, yes, and when I went
I
to the
know.
doctor again at 16 to try out for birth control pills, the doctor said I couldn't have any birth control because I had high blood pressure.
Mm,
And so about 18 years old, when I got 18, I tried again for birth control pills and they told me I had high blood pressure. So they gave me some medication and then the medication didn't work out
mm.
too good because when we're young we take them one day and then we don't take them the next day
Oh,
because we feel like nothing's wrong because kidney failure is a silent killer and
sure
we
it is.
don't think nothing is wrong. We think, oh well, I'll be okay,
It'll
and
pass,
so
you
about
say.
2020 I got pregnant. And
Mm-hmm.
my husband at that time, he said, "Well, Missy, we'll have the baby, and then we'll see if we can try get some birth control pills because we didn't want any more children."
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I got pregnant again a year and a half later. I had my second child, but during that time, I had toxemia and preeclampsia, and
Ooh,
toxemia and preeclampsia destroyed the kidney.
wow.
And when it destroyed the kidney, I gained up to over 300 pounds because of the high blood pressure. And
Wow.
I have
Slow down 1 second. Toxemia. Tell them what that is.
it's toxemia is when you have poison in the kidney. And
Mm-hmm.
oh, and the toxin get all over your body, and the toxin
Mm.
was so bad that it started destroying the kidneys, destroying all parts of my body.
Wow.
So
It's
I
spreading.
had to, and then the other level is preeclampsia, and it got worse. And I
Ooh.
start blowing up, and I start swelling, and I start having heart problems, and all difficult problems. And the doctor told me then that I had kidney problems, and they said your kidney was failing. And
Wow.
so when I went back after I had the children, my children were very dry. They were dry, like they wasn't inside of me. It was very dry when they came out. And
Wow.
when I had the babies, didn't have no problems after the babies. I lost the weight. but I only had 30% kidney function.
Mm.
So during that time, my daughter was born in 1992. I went and took another test in 1994. I worked for a company as a volunteer. It's called Black Awareness for African Americans for hypertension. And I went to University of Florida to take some lab tests. So they
Okay.
say in 1994, kidney failure was on the rise. And yes, it
Yes, I can
was.
hardly see you now. You can stand where some light is. It looks
Okay.
dark out, and I don't even know you're there. I see a frame. I want
Okay.
everybody to see your lovely or pretty face. That's a little better. Okay, there you go.
You can see it better, or you want me to go?
Well, you was in a good place when I said there you go. You back up a little. All right,
Okay.
that's right there. There it is.
Okay.
Stay there.
And they said
That's
that
it.
kidney failure was on the rise in 1994, and my kidneys was 30%
Mm.
in 1994. So I asked them, University of Florida, when would my kidneys fail? They said, well, you gotta watch your protein, you gotta watch your salt, you gotta watch your weight. And I had lost all the weight, but the kidneys were still 30%. And I was asking these questions because I was really concerned. Most of the
Sure.
time when
Sure.
people ask these questions, they're very ignorant about their health. And that's the good thing about your organization and my organization. We're coming out giving people more education about their health.
Oh
Okay.
yes.
And
Yes. Okay.
30% of kidney function. And I said, well, I still got a little more ways, but
Yeah.
30% only lasts me to 1997. So that was approximately 2 years, and my
Wow.
kidneys failed. I was on a business trip. I had got a job with the census as being a manager over the census, and I had to go to some training. And I couldn't even finish the training because my kidneys had failed on the trip.
You had to be getting really sick. I'm sure them
I was
poisons
getting
started
really sick.
backing up, throwing up, and
Yes.
everything. And oh my
And
goodness.
the lady had hired me, and she was very disappointed in what I did because I was mostly throwing up and running to the bathroom or the restroom or my motel room, and I couldn't finish. And when I came back and I rushed to the hospital, they told me that my kidneys had failed.
Wow. Well,
And I
at that time you had your two kids and you had your husband and everything. Before I go just a little further, when you said you was diagnosed at 12 and 16, did your parents know or did they have you treated or was anything done because
no,
you had high blood pressure way back
I
then?
believe because they wasn't educated enough, and they
All
took
right.
it like it wasn't serious. They
Uh-huh.
my mom, the first thing she said was, "You probably was running, and that's why your blood pressure's up." Even
Yeah.
though she had high blood pressure and my father had high blood pressure. So that's what I
Wow.
mean about they are not educated enough to know how
Mhm.
serious this problem really is. These were
Right, right.
years
I can
ago.
understand. I can understand. I really can. My father had polycystic, and we didn't know what that was or what it entailed till so much later. And we all
Right.
got on after he already had passed away, and my mother, had the diabetes thing going on. So, going back to the future after you found out, so you had to go on. They told you what was the first thing you felt when they told you
Oh,
when you had to
depression,
end up
because
at the
I had
hospital?
two babies. I had two babies. My husband had left, and he said that he didn't want to be married to a woman that was sick. I had a
Oh, I'm
young
sorry.
marriage. I guess that's why I never married again. But I had to raise two kids by myself, and that was very difficult.
Mhm.
Um, the first
Well,
thing
you
I
did
had
it
to
though.
do,
I'm sorry
I,
about the difficulty,
I had
but
to
you
get
did it.
myself, I had to get myself together to try
Yes.
to go to dialysis and also to raise children because my son was in the seventh grade, I believe, at that
Hmm.
time, and my daughter was in fifth.
Yes. Yes.
So I had to be a
Young.
mother, and also I had to 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 take care of myself at the same time, and it was very difficult. Sometimes
I'm
my kids
sure.
had to grow up quick. Sometimes they had to raise themselves because they know they had a sick mom. So but I thank God that he was there, and my
Yes.
mother was there, and my sister and my brother, and I had family members that was there to help me.
Mm. A
And
support
sometimes you
group.
have those good neighbors, that'll help
Yes. Oh
you
yes.
when
Some
you have
love
to
in
go
the
to
house. All right.
dialysis and so what.
Yes. Yeah. Well, did your children, since your children had to grow up and they had to see this, so that means you taught them stuff about kidney disease? Because I always think
Oh
it's
yeah,
important
they're
that
aware
you have to
of
teach the children
anything when it
about the
comes to kidney
illness.
disease. My daughter helps me out a lot online. She's an advertisement. She also works with my Facebook material on Facebook.
Uh-huh.
She's very knowledgeable. My son as
That's
well. He the one does the videos, and so I have a lot of kids that are gifted in those areas. So they help
wow.
me out a lot.
Mm. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Okay, so high blood pressure took you there. Now,
Yeah.
what went down with your transplant?
What happened to the first transplant? I had the transplant for about 4 years, and my cousin
Uh-huh.
gave me a kidney. He gave me his own kidney, and I had it for 4 years again, like I said, and I had a brain aneurysm. Um,
Wonderful.
I
Wow.
had a brain aneurysm in 2003,
Mm.
and the brain aneurysm left me to the point that I had to learn how to write, speak, and everything else again. Walk, talk, move. I
Mm.
didn't even know the ages of my children. So I had to really start from first grade level to go right back up because I lost everything. Still with
Wow.
math, I still have some problems with. So,
Mm. Well,
um,
Melissa,
yes,
Melissa,
yes.
when you um this is such a deep, beautiful story. I know they're learning from this out there. I know somebody's dealing with this stuff and that you're helping them. When you heard, well, when you had your aneurysm, what do you remember happening when you had it?
All I know, I fell suddenly on the floor. And my daughter said,
Mm.
"Mom, what's wrong?" I said, "Just call the hospital." And so when she called the hospital, all I seen was blood on the floor. That's
Wow.
all I can remember. And then I blanked out. And
Ooh.
when the ambulance man came, he said, "We're gonna try to save your life. We're gonna try." And that's all I remember. And I went back to sleep.
Wow.
And that's all I remember.
Mm.
When I woke
Mm.
up,
My God.
it was 2 weeks later.
Mm. Mm. God had his
So they
hand
had
on
to
you.
put a
He had his
stent
hand on
in my
you.
brain. So I live with a stent in my brain.
Mm.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Live with
Do
a
you have
stent.
any after effects of the stent?
Seizures. Every now and then I have a seizure. If I get too
Okay.
stressful, I may have a seizure, but I kind of know when I have a seizure because I was having a seizure before I had a brain aneurysm. The doctor
Mm.
said it's because I lost my kidneys. So it's been a difficult road, but I've learned that perseverance, is that the word for it? I learned that you got to
Uh-huh.
keep on going. You
But you're
have
a
to keep
fighter. You
on
don't
going.
look like what you've been through. You do
No.
not look like what you've been through. God hand has definitely been on your life because I know you're a a woman. You a man,
Oh,
a
yes.
woman of faith. I
Yes.
know you know the woman of faith. I see your post. I know you know the scriptures, and you're very encouraging, and wow, wow, wow.
Well, I
Now,
come
when your
from
cousin was going,
my mother is a presiding elder, and my sister
oh,
is a
beautiful.
pastor. So that's all I've been raised
Wow,
around. My uncles
I
are
know that's
bishops
right.
and
Oh,
and,
yes.
and pastors. So I know the word, and I got great
All
faith.
right.
And when it comes to my health, I have great faith. I have because I know
Mm.
God has me here for a reason. He wouldn't have kept me here
Oh,
for a
yes.
reason. He wouldn't have kept me. You know, because I know that I have a testimony to tell people
You
to
do.
keep on moving and keep on moving forward.
Oh,
I'm at
yes.
dialysis now on the machine for the third time, and I have to
Mm.
keep telling people you got to keep on going. If Missy can do it, you can do it, and I tell them that, and I dance around or I play with them, or I got a couple husbands there, and I say, "How's my husband number one? I'm a husband number two, dude." And they love it, and that's what keep them coming back to dialysis. You got to have fun while you're there, because if you don't, it could be so depressing. And I've always been
Oh
like that.
yeah,
Even in school, I was the class clown in a way.
the life of
You
the
got to keep the
party.
motivation.
You do. I was an advocate in the centers, and I still do advocacy and volunteer work. And you do. You got to bring it. You know what I mean?
You
And
got to bring it.
you you identify with them, so they take it a lot good. A lot better. You know what I mean? Now, when
Yeah,
you
because
found out your cousin was going to give you the
if you act too serious all the time, you can't get
mm,
what is needed out. And sometimes they need that person to come down to their level, you know,
all right,
and know how
mm-hmm,
they're feeling, you know. And that's what Missy
yeah,
does. Missy's the person, hey, let's get down. Let's see what the problem is, you know?
yes,
And that's how I
mm-hmm.
am, you know.
Wow, that's good.
So,
Now, when your cousin was going to give you, how did you know your cousin was going to give you the kidney? You
well, he
asked
see
him,
me.
or he came up with it, or
No,
what?
I didn't ask him at first when because my papa was the person that was a person that, didn't take care of
Mm,
himself, and you know, he just was that type, that ones that sleep on the street, you know. But that same
yeah.
person, like I told people, that same person had to save my life. So when you see people on
Wow.
the street and you say, "Oh, I want that," that same person had to save my life, you know. And I was very
Yeah.
sickly when I got on dialysis, because the doctor told me I would only live to 30. I had got
Wow.
to 115 pounds, and I'm 5'10", and
Mm.
I'm skinny as a rail. And the doctor told me that my blood level was not a 12; it was a 1 or 2. I could. They kept giving
What?
me infusions that they didn't think I was gonna live.
Mm.
I'm sorry,
Wow.
I'm
Wow.
moving because
That
the
is
mosquitoes are
tremendous.
tearing me up.
Woo. Mm, mm,
The
mm, mm,
mosquitoes are
mm.
tearing me up out here, but they didn't think I was
Well,
gonna
we
live.
almost done. I got about maybe two questions for you or what have you. We're almost done, but this has been some good. It's a good interview with a good person. A good interview. Good. Now, are you on the transplant list now?
Right now, like I
Yes.
said, like this has not been an easy road. I had cancer, I had kidney cancer, and last
Mm.
December
Oh.
I had to have not surgery, but it was surgery. I had to have surgery for that, and that came out really good. And then now I had to have my parathyroid. I took my parathyroid out in February of this year. And so now it's time for a more evaluation test. So hopefully they haven't took me off the list. It's just that I had to get these things done. And now that I got them done, hopefully I'll get back, I'll get back on the list is good. So everything should be going good soon. I got to take my mammogram when everything open up, from the virus. I got to take that. And I should be back on the list. I should be back active, what I'm trying to say. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's see. Oh.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Unmute
Yeah.
the mic. Okay, let's. Okay. Now, I'm sorry. A big thing came up, so I thought it was in our way, so I pressed it. Then when I heard you couldn't hear me, so I apologize to
Okay.
the public. This is a live show. Now,
Okay.
you started your company. What made you start your company?
The reason why I started Remember Me Foundation is because I had been on Dallas for so long, and I had a second transplant, So I decided to start something so people can be more educated about kidney disease. And that's the reason
Mm,
why I started the foundation. I wanted everybody in my community to know about kidney failure, hypertension, and diabetes. So that's why I started the company. And what I
mm,
do is I go and speak to churches, all over. I just got through speaking in March to a church in March before the virus came, and I go to different churches and I talk about it, tell them what I've been through,
Uh-huh.
tell them I bring others with me that's in my organization, and we talk about diabetes and we talk about mental health, and that's what we do.
That's
We
good.
go to
That's a
different
team.
churches,
What's your
and we have
website for that?
and it sometimes be like a health fair. I went to a good health
Oh,
fair in March, and
mm.
sometimes I have
I
to go
love them
to
health fairs.
and I have to go to be a special guest and maybe preach sometimes, So, I do a lot of little
Mm.
things.
That's fantastic. What is your website?
My website for Remember Me
Yes.
is www.melissabias48@gmail.com. So I haven't
Oh,
changed
okay.
and I haven't changed it because I'm going through the process of getting my 503c. That's what I'm going through right now.
501c3? Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Well, that's
because
good. That's going to be a
I
lot of
wanted
paperwork.
it's a lot of paperwork and I wanted to be healthy before I get in it because I got some projects that I want to do with it. I just got
Excellent.
through talking to
Excellent.
my family members in in California tonight. I have a cousin that is a singer. He was Shirley Caesar backup singer for many
All right.
years. His name is Danny
I love
Graham.
Shirley Caesar.
And
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to him last night and I said we need to do a concert in Florida. And I wanted to invite him down to do a concert for the organization. So I got a lot of plans
Mm-hmm.
when I get those 503c license.
Sure, sure. There's a lot of good fundraisers. I used to do some, myself and on my own, and I use my own money. Blessed Kidney Connections is my company, and I'm the whole company by myself. So I'm glad you got a team because it takes
Right. I
teamwork
have
to
a
make the
team.
dream work.
I have a good team. I have a nurse on my team. I have a psychologist on my team. I have a cousin that's just graduated from college in Washington D.C. He's a
Mm-hmm.
clinical psychologist. So I have a team that's working with me.
That's beautiful. Oh, that's fantastic. That's what it's all about. You know what I mean? We might have gotten sick, but we want to give back. And that's what the whole company and all of these different ones out here, all of them. There's so many out here, Live on New York, Donors Network, CKD Champions, we all out here, for kidney sakes, we all out here giving back what we to help other people because we know what we've been through. And I'm loving that about you and what you're doing and what your company is doing. If you could say anything to anybody out there that's been through anything uh, close to what you've been through, what would you say?
Don't give up. That's still my mission. Don't give up. How things are
Yes.
hard, things may be hard for you and you may be going through a lot of surgeries, but don't give up. Don't
Wow.
give up. I've had over 20 surgeries, over that amount.
Hmm.
Still, God has placed you here for a reason, and don't give up. I
Wow.
lost a friend about 2 months ago. She got tired of going to dialysis, and she said, "Missy, I'm tired now. I'm just not going to come anymore." And I had to learn
Hmm.
when people are ready to go, they are ready to go. But if God has placed you here to do something, you have a purpose, and you keep on going.
Sure.
My purpose here
Yes.
is to never give up, to show people that they can keep on
Hmm.
going.
Wow. Wow. Oh, that's beautiful. That is, yes, 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 yes. Now, who would you give a shout out to? Who would you give somebody that you would give a nice shout out to?
Oh, I give a shout out to Note. Note has helped me wonderfully in Tampa, Florida. They helped me so much. My mother
Mhm.
and my sister and my brother and Steve and you. I mean, this is great that what we're doing out here, and I love it. I love it. I may can't watch it as much as I want to because I got so many things
Mhm.
I'm doing, but it is so good. I have just started working with paparazzi and letting women that's on
Congrats.
dialysis, that women got chronic illnesses, we can still look beautiful. You know? So
That's
that's
right.
not
Woo,
my thing
tell it.
is you got to live life as it goes. And I
Mm-hmm.
love it. I
Mm-hmm.
love it. I love it. I don't let nothing stop me. I'm just as good as
Me
someone else.
either. Hallelujah. I know that's right. Me and all of my siblings, all six of them, we
All
never
six
let
of
nothing
them.
stop us. We kept
Live
working,
life
kept
because if
traveling,
you sit
kept
down and not
living.
do anything, if you sit down and
Yes,
not do anything, you will get depressed. And one thing I
there's
know,
hope.
I will not. I will not let the devil
Mhm.
take over.
Don't let them do it. It's
Don't
life
let him
after
do it.
dialysis. Throw them under your
So,
feet, bury them. Preacher's funeral already.
yeah,
Shando. Yes, yes, yes. I ain't mad at you. Well, wow, 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 wow. Where did the time go? I'm telling you, girl, you on fire.
I'm on
You a
fire.
real
I'm on
superwoman.
fire. I'm on fire.
Yes, yes. And I thank you so much. I do. I thank
Okay.
you so much for coming on the show and being part of the show. And I know the stuff that you wanted to show, you left in the house, but
That's
it's all
okay.
good. At least you gave the website, and at least you gave the testimony and the story, and it's true at that. So thank you. You have an
Okay.
excellent, beautiful night, and my best to your family.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Well, guys, what did I tell you? Didn't I tell you? I gave you the 411 in double doses, right? In triple digits. How about that? Well, I just wanted to say thanks again for tuning in. See us again next week. Keep praying for us because we are praying for you. Keep your head up there. It's life after dialysis, life after the transplant, life after surgery, and life after coronavirus. Bless your life. Peace. Take care of your kidneys, and they will take care of you. Ha! Y'all ready for this? Yeah. This is the Lisa Baxter Show, giving you the 411 and the kidney one. My girl, and say, this is